It's amazing how dramatically the shore changes with the rise and fall of the tide. For those of us that feel a close connection to the ocean, tidepieces are tidal clocks that display the water level not just with a dial, but with a real-time moving display. So as the tide goes out, the water level lowers to reveal more of a seascape and then rises again. It's like having the tremendous power of the ocean in a box. Here, a sandcastle is swept away in one scene and returns again. In another, a fisherman appears to be luring a shark when in fact he has hooked a mermaid. The tidal day is 24 hours and 50 minutes. You set the dial as you would a clock to match your local shore or favorite faraway port. Many of us are familiar with how the tides follow the lunar cycle of the moon, but we are surprised to learn how it varies from coast to coast. The East Coast is extremely regular, like clockwork, but the duration of high and low varies more on the West Coast. And then, in the Gulf of Mexico, the tide has a life of its own. So depending on which tide you follow, you can either keep close tabs on it or use tidepieces as a visual reminder, even if you're sitting at the office, of the ebb and flow of the water. The founder, Alan Winnick, is producing these in small batches by hand in his Connecticut workshop. Alan has a background in marine science, and he's an inventor. He even invented a one-man submarine. As a diver and boater, he always lives by the tide, but found all the existing tidal clocks to be underwhelming. But his clocks are like a window, giving you ocean views.
I make each clock by hand. I start with a conventional battery-powered tide clock movement, which is like a regular clock movement, except that it runs on a cycle of 24 hours and 50 minutes. And then I install my custom mechanism that actually shows the water going up and down in the picture.
The scene is framed so it can be hung on the wall or rested on a surface. Whether you're just down the street from the ocean or you're landlocked and nostalgic, you can use tidepieces to bring you closer to the seaside.